We have looked at, both from our manifesto and in the 100-day plan, putting in place systems, policies and programs to ensure that the City Council operates in an above-the-board manner, that its affairs are conducted transparently and open. We are looking at refinancing a $1 million facility at City Hall so that we can be able to, within 100 days, to procure certain very necessary equipment, a roller, a grader, a backhoe, dump truck, so that we can deliver the kind of works agenda that residents of Belize City want. We are also looking at putting together a very large and substantial infrastructure program for Belize City. But of course, we have to work on that with our partners from central government. We have already begun discussions with the Ministry of Local Government on this idea, and we will be talking about it in greater detail. But the idea is that City Council will float a municipal bond, a very substantial municipal bond, and this will allow us to, in a relatively short period of time within our term in office, finance a substantial amount of infrastructure works throughout Belize City. And we're also talking in terms of the plan about dealing with those remedial works, drains, streets, which are on a day-to-day basis, the kind of patch work that residents have seen and residents have talked about. But in order to deliver on infrastructure, we need to be able to touch the kind of funding that will allow us to fully pave a substantial amount of streets within Belize City. And the floating of this municipal bond will allow us to do so. And we think that with, again, the expertise of somebody like Mr. Donis, we will be able to put together a package within a relatively short period of time. Our timeline for that in terms of putting together the package is actually 6 months to be able to roll. The second thing really is to ensure that within 3 years we have an infrastructure program, a massive multi-million-dollar infrastructure program at Belize City, funded through a bond project that is floated on the local Belizean market. If we can get, and our targets in terms of looking at it is looking at something like $15 to $20 million. If we can source that kind of funding on the local market, and we are able to put in place that mechanism, and we are able to do those works in a 3-year plan, I would relax every single day being at City Hall. We want to put in place a system, but of course we have to properly think it out to ensure that it is something that's not abused. But we want to put in place a system where we, either at the City Council or through certain independent initiatives, through recycling efforts or other things like that, that we purchase garbage. When you look throughout Belize City and you look at plastic bottles or you look at pint bottles, there is very few pint bottles throughout Belize City, and the reason for that is because people have creatively added value to that. You will not see a pint bottle because somebody will go out, they will pick it up, and they will go and they will sell it. If we can put in place a very effective system that is not abused, where we procure certain types of garbage. We're looking at things like styrofoam plates, which can easily be recycled. We're looking at things like other types of bottles, ketchup bottles, other things like that. We can actually ensure that the city is better cleaned, and we can create employment for persons who will use that to earn an extra living.